Hello everyone, day 914, walking 5 miles per day every single day at age 67 and a half. No quotes for today. I'm sure some of y'all are going, yay, no kidding. I want to tell you a story. It's a very recent story, and it's about patience and faith, or faith and patience. When I took this job selling ice cream about 2 months ago, I immediately found out about an organization that has 6,000 convenience stores, and they have our number one competitor in their stores. Well, I said, that's got to stop. So I did some more research, and I reached out to the CEO of our company, gave him the information, and we have been working. He has been working, I should say. I've done a little on the sides, but he has been working with the CEO of that company to try to see if we can strike a deal to get our ice cream in there and the competitor out. Well, it finally culminated last night when our CEO was in Atlanta at a trade show for this buying company. The buying group is what it is, and we're going to strike a deal. That means we're going to go from 0 to 6,000 stores. Now, we're in 30,000 stores, don't get me wrong, but we're going to grab 6,000 stores at the blink of an eye, and 1,500 of those stores are in North and South Carolina, which are mine. Now, I say that story because, number one, I kept my eyes open. I kept asking questions, and I stayed on this guy in Atlanta. I texted him at least once a week to keep our name in front of him. He would respond to me more than he would respond to the CEO. I don't know why. But anyway, it happened. It's going to happen, and that is the best example I can give of patience, persistence, tenacity, whatever you want to call it, but more than anything, faith. I just felt like this was going to happen, and I would not let it go. I just wouldn't let it go. So let's go to story number 2. 2 weeks ago, I made a sales call to a convenience store chain up in Asheville, North Carolina that has 18 stores. And the owner and I hit it off like peanut butter and jelly. I mean, this guy is so cool. And he said, yeah, let's do it. He said, what do you need? I said, I need a list of all your stores so that we can create an agreement, get it over to you, get it signed, get them in the system, and start delivering the freezers to your stores. Well, 2 weeks went by, and I mean, I was on this guy too, but I couldn't do with him like I did with the CEO in Atlanta. I needed to tread real lightly with this guy because I didn't want to tick him off. I didn't want him to think we needed his business, which I did. 18 stores is huge for me. And I just kept praying about it, and I dripped on him at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. And I would drip on him in a way that was not asking him, well, when are you going to sign? It was more or less, how you doing? If you need anything, let me know. Can I bring coffee and donuts? Stuff like that. Well, yesterday, let me back up. For the last couple of weeks, I've been distracted because the company has wanted me to go and get private schools to offset the fact that retail are going to slow down during the winter. Private schools go up in the winter. Well, that has been a chore. I've landed one here in Spartanburg, but man, it's tough. It's just extremely tough. You can't get in the door with these people because they're all security, which is good. But no one answers emails. Very few people answer Facebook Messenger. You can't get past the gatekeeper on the telephone. It's tough. I mean, it's tough. I have found Facebook Messenger works the best. But anyway, I have been so distracted the last couple of weeks doing that I haven't been going out and doing my thing, which is just walking in every store that I see. That's what I do. So yesterday, I woke up and I said, I had one store in the books as of yesterday. I said, dang, I need 10 to 15 a week. So I went out yesterday and did my thing. Signed up 3 and have got 5 more referrals coming based just off yesterday alone. Well, some of you may know that I mentioned in another video that, I'm a broker, so I can broker any product I want as long as it doesn't compete with the current product I'm doing. And I found a vodka-based product. They offered me a position, I accepted it. And then yesterday they reached out to me and said, I told them I needed some samples to show these people so they can touch and feel it. And they said that I was going to have to buy the samples. Nope, that's just not going to happen. So I declined the offer. I told them why, and they said they understood, left the door open for later. And the next stop, I closed the deal. They have 3 stores. I'm gonna get the other 2 next week, and they're giving me those 5 referrals. The next stop. Then I get back to the apartment, doing some paperwork, and my phone rings. And it's that store owner in Asheville with the 18 stores. He said, Paul, I'm ready to rock, man. What do I need to do? They're working on the store list today. We should get it all keyed in today. And those numbers will count toward this week. So I have conceivably gone from 1 store yesterday morning to putting my nose to the grindstone to right now with those 18, it stands at 22. Faith, patience, and persistence. That's what it takes. Because I tell you, there are going to be days out here, you're going to be like I was Monday, and you're going, what do I do? What do I do? They want me to get these schools, and the schools just aren't responding. And in the meantime, I'm not going to be able to get a paycheck. So yesterday, I just decided to heck with the schools. If they don't want to play, I'll play the old game. And boom. 24 accounts in 24 hours. So I tell you all that not to brag, not to toot my horn, not to say I'm getting a great big paycheck, but I tell you that story because you're gonna get times when things just look sort of hopeless, or you're spinning your wheels, or you're beating your head up against the wall. And my best advice is to take a deep breath, dig into your cookie jar, as David Goggins would say, and find something that you've done in the past that's successful, and go back to doing that. That's exactly what I did yesterday. I went back to doing what I do best, and here it is. So that's the moral of the story today. Faith, patience, persistence will win every single time. I hope that helps you. It sure has helped me. I am jacked today. I think you can see my demeanor is a whole lot different than it was yesterday. Y'all be good. Peace.